Hi, I'm Jacci Pillar, and this is Talk-ist. And I'm here with the awesome speaker, advocate, writer, Yenn Purkis. And we are doing something called Newsworthless, where we discuss a newspaper topic or a media piece. And today I thought I would have a bit of banter with Yenn about an article that we found about the awesome Rebel Wilson. So I'll start by saying, love Rebel Wilson. But there's been a lot of media on Rebel in the last probably 2 or 3 years, I think, and it hasn't been necessarily about her career. And, you know, there was a defamation case, and then she was actually went through a very traumatic experience in Mozambique, and there were other things, but she's getting a lot of attention. And this article, I'll read the headline: Rebel Wilson strips down to undies for bedtime selfie after a rough week. Now, it's one of the things that we often talk about at Talk-ist is body positivity, because I've been on the back of a bus in my underwear. I understand this stuff. But Yenn and I have been talking about this a little bit too. Yenn, what do you find interesting about this article? What stands out to you?
I think it's really interesting. So in the article, the first thing was about weight loss. And then the second thing was about having a really horrific experience in Mozambique and having Rebel's life threatened. And then it finishes off with some more fluff about weight loss. And it just says to me, I think mainstream media is very focused on the kinds of things that I'm not interested in. I don't care if someone's overweight or underweight or whatever. It's not really a thing for me. I don't think any kind of appearance is a measure of a person's worth. But the messaging from that article, given that most of it was about weight loss, the thrust of it, the focus of it was wrong. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't be newsworthy that someone loses weight or puts it on, for that matter. That should not be. That's not news. That's rubbish.
Yeah, totally. And there's been a more recent article since this, but we wanted to specifically focus on this one, where Rebel has come out and said, look, it's a bit fascinating that you're all so obsessed with my weight loss at the moment. Because, Rebel's done stuff around defamation. She has stood up for herself, and anybody that is assigned female at birth will know that, when we stand up for ourselves, we cop a lot of trolling usually. So there's a whole range of things about Rebel. And one of the things at the bottom that I thought was interesting was also the fact that it's a bathroom selfie, and that's got like all this attention. And it's sort of like, people then accuse us of oversharing if we talk about our mental health. The article should be about mental health. It should be about, this was a really tough week, but it's all, again, fixated on weight loss. So we often get accused of oversharing, and that's not really fair, is it? It's not helping stigma.
Absolutely. And I suspect if Rebel was a cis man, then there wouldn't be a whole bunch of news about weight loss. Mikey Robbins lost a bunch of weight a few years back. I didn't see any headlines about it. It does seem to be, when it comes to appearance and body, the female person is more impacted in the media by expectations of what you should look like.
And there's a whole nother conversation that we could be having about the mental health implications of this, because how we feel about ourselves and how the world sees us are intricately connected to our health and our well-being. So it would be nice to see the media focus on the mental health or the poor mental health results of stigmatising someone based upon their body image and in particular their weight.
Absolutely. It's for so many people, it's such a big issue, and it's fueled by media like that. It's absolute. That media is reprehensible because it's fueling people's poor self-image. It's fueling people's belief that they're not good enough because they don't look a certain way. It's really dangerous, and potentially this could lead to people taking their lives. It's not okay. And it's not just, oh, it doesn't matter. It's just it's just a media article, because people are reading this, and people that are reading this are influenced by it, and it makes a difference to how they feel about themselves. And it could be quite dangerous for some people.
Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting that you say about Mikey Robbins and more cishet, male perceptions of this. It's definitely linked to Rebel's femaleness, let's call it that thing. The other thing is, the thing I love about Rebel, is that there was always that she presents on screen and on stage as unapologetically rebel. So I also feel like there's a media undertone of trying to undermine that confidence and that unapologetically Jacci, unapologetically Yenn, unapologetically, geez, that's a hard word, rebel.
Absolutely. And we're not supposed to be like that. There's a whole range of things that people are supposed to conform to and that women are supposed to conform to. And if you don't, you're a threat to the system. So it's almost radical that people challenge those stereotypes, challenge those assumptions and expectations. You're actually challenging a whole load of stuff in society. And it's quite radical to be unashamedly yourself.
Mm. And on that note, we're going to take a leaf out of Rebel's book, because I'm pretty sure that Rebel's going to continue being unashamedly rebel, and your book and my book, and we're going to say, keep resisting, keep loving ourselves as we are. Thank you for being on Newsworthless, Yenn.
Oh, thank you for having me.